Listen closely for the next few moments, because something in your life is shifting right now. You did not land here by accident, and this is not just another message passing by your eyes. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear may speak straight to the place in you that has been tired, silent, and still hoping for change. If your heart has been carrying pressure, if your mind has been full of questions, if you have whispered even one private prayer asking for help, peace, or provision, then breathe slowly and keep reading. Do not scroll away. There is a reason this moment feels different. There is a reason your spirit feels alert. Heaven has seen the days you smiled outside while breaking inside. Heaven has seen the nights when you asked, when will something finally change for me? And now in this moment, there is movement you cannot fully see yet, but you can feel it. A door that stayed shut for too long is beginning to move from the other side. A season that felt heavy is beginning to crack open. What looked delayed is not denied. What felt blocked is starting to loosen. Stay until the end, because this message is building step by step, and the peace, clarity, and breakthrough attached to your life are closer than they have ever been. Something good is not just possible now, it is being lined up for you even as you read these words, and your heart already knows it. You have carried more than most people ever understood. You stayed quiet through battles that would have made other people quit. You kept going while feeling tired. You kept believing while feeling stretched. You kept praying when there was no quick answer, no clear sign, no easy proof that anything was changing. Yet heaven recorded every tear, every late night prayer, every moment you chose faith over fear, even when your hands were empty and your strength felt low. That matters more than you know. The waiting was not wasted. The silence was not empty. The pressure did not destroy you. It shaped you. And now there is a release beginning to form around your life. What is coming is not only about money, though provision is part of it. It is also about relief, restoration, stability, and the kind of inner peace that no amount of money can buy. You are stepping into a new moment where what once drained you will no longer control you. Stay with me. This part matters. The heaviness around your future is starting to lift. The fear around your needs is losing its grip. The season of barely holding on is not your forever story. Something stronger is taking its place. Call it divine timing, call it mercy, call it favor, but do not call it small, because what is being arranged now has weight, it has purpose, it has your name near it. And even if you do not fully understand the way it will happen, you can feel that something real has started. There is a spiritual turning point happening, and it is more than emotion. It is more than mood. It is more than a temporary lift in energy. This is the moment where heaven begins to return what life tried to take from you. Not in a weak way, not in pieces so small you can barely notice them, but in a way that reminds you that divine timing has perfect memory. What slipped away, what was delayed, what seemed stolen by hardship, disappointment, wrong decisions, closed doors, or seasons of loss, is not beyond the reach of God. Listen carefully. Restoration does not always arrive with noise. Sometimes it begins like this, with a calm feeling in your chest, a strange sense that something is lining up, a quiet certainty that the story is not ending where the struggle tried to stop it. Stay here. Do not rush past this. The correction happening over your life is real. It reaches into places you thought were too tired, too late, too complicated, too broken to turn around. But heaven is not confused by what confused you. Heaven is not intimidated by what intimidated you. There is help moving, there is favor moving, there is provision moving. Even now, unseen things are shifting to prepare visible change. The breakthrough attached to your life is not random. It is not careless. It is not last-minute panic from heaven. It is an answer formed with intention. And the more you stay open, the more you will recognize that what once felt impossible is starting to become the next chapter of your testimony. What is coming toward you carries both practical help and deep peace. That matters, because some blessings look big on the outside but do not quiet the soul. What heaven is releasing over your life is different. It is not just about paying a bill, finding a door, or solving one short-term issue. It is also about steadying your spirit so you can breathe again, think again, trust again, and move forward without that old panic riding on your shoulders. This is why the change feels important. It reaches deeper than appearance. It touches the hidden places. The anxious thoughts, the fear of not having enough, the private worry that maybe things would always stay hard. No, that story is breaking. The old pressure is losing power. A new flow is opening, and with it comes wisdom, timing, and unexpected support. Do not scroll, keep going. There are moments in life when one shift changes 10 other things. One open door changes the atmosphere of a whole season. One answer resets the rhythm of your mind. One breakthrough becomes the starting line for many others. This is why you are being told to stay alert. A call, a message, an idea, a meeting, a restored connection, a sudden chance, a new level of understanding, any of these can become the doorway. Do not ignore the small sign because you were expecting thunder. Sometimes the miracle enters quietly before it speaks loudly. Sometimes the answer arrives dressed as an ordinary moment, but heaven is behind it from beginning to end. You are not being overlooked. Let that sink in. You are not forgotten in the crowd of people asking for help. You are not last in line with heaven. Your name is known. Your prayers are known. The quiet faith you carried when nobody clapped for you is known. That is why this next season will not be built only on effort. It will be built on grace meeting your endurance. You stood when others walked away. You believed when the room around you felt silent. You continued when there was no applause, no fast reward, no easy confirmation. And now, what was forming in secret is starting to surface. There is a release over your life that includes financial help, yes, but also direction, confidence, and a new steadiness inside you. What used to shake you will not shake you the same way anymore. What used to make you freeze will not hold the same power anymore. Something has changed in your spirit through the fire, and because of that, you are ready for what is next. Stay with me, because this is key. Blessing without readiness can be wasted, but your season has been training you. The delay taught you. The pressure refined you. The lonely prayers strengthened your roots. So now when the door opens, you will not just touch it and lose it. You will step through it with clearer eyes and stronger faith. This is not just rescue. This is preparation meeting release. This is your life being repositioned for more than survival. This is movement toward peace, provision and purpose all at once. As this shift unfolds, there will be signs, not signs built on fear, not pressure tricks telling you to panic, but real signs of alignment. You may notice a fresh calm coming over your thoughts. You may feel less heavy for no visible reason. You may sense a new confidence rising when you think about the future. You may suddenly know what step needs to happen next. Pay attention to that. The Spirit often recognizes movement before the eyes do. And when heaven begins to move, it does not always announce itself in the way people expect. Sometimes it comes like quiet clarity after a long season of confusion. Sometimes it comes like courage after months of hesitation. Sometimes it comes like an idea so simple and so strong that you know it did not come from fear. Keep listening. This matters. The answer attached to your life may arrive through wisdom just as much as through provision. A strategy can be part of the miracle. A conversation can be part of the miracle. The ending of one draining cycle can be part of the miracle. Do not reduce your blessing to only one form. Heaven is bigger than one channel. The breakthrough can come through open doors, healed relationships, restored energy, sharpened focus, cancelled delays, fresh favor or direct provision that meets your need with accuracy. And when it comes, it will carry a peace that confirms it. That peace will not make everything lazy. It will make everything clear. It will help you move without chaos. It will help you recognize what belongs in your next season and what must be left behind. There has also been resistance around your life. You know it. Seasons where it felt like every step forward met another wall. Seasons where peace came in small pieces and pressure seemed to come in waves. Times when it felt as if unseen weight sat over your finances, your focus, your confidence, your future. But hear this clearly now, resistance does not have final authority over your story. What was allowed for a season is not allowed forever. There comes a moment when heaven says enough and release begins. Enough confusion, enough delay, enough draining cycles, enough of the same burden, pressing against the same area of your life. This is why your spirit feels stirred. Something that held on too long is being broken off. The fear is not winning. The pressure is not permanent. The negative words spoken over you, the doubt thrown at you, the silent discouragement that tried to wear your faith down, none of it gets the last word. Heaven has greater authority, and once that truth settles in your spirit, you stop reacting like someone abandoned and start moving like someone covered. Do not scroll past this moment. Take it in. The doors meant for you cannot be blocked forever. The provision meant for you cannot stay hidden forever. The peace meant for you cannot be pushed away forever. There is a timing for release, and when it comes, no enemy, no fear, no old limitation can stop what God has approved. What has your name on it will find its way to you, and what is not for you will lose the power to distract you. What makes this season powerful is that it is not only changing what comes to you, it is changing how you carry it. You are not the same person you were when the struggle first began. You have learned things under pressure that comfort could not have taught you. You have learned how to keep going while uncertain. You have learned how to stay soft before God, while life tried to make you hard. You have learned to listen beneath the noise. You have learned that survival is not the same as surrender, and waiting is not the same as losing. That growth matters now, because what is being released requires a stronger version of you, and that stronger version has already been forming. Stay here. This is where the message deepens. The blessing ahead is not just something to admire, it is something to steward. Peace will need to be protected. Open doors will need discernment. New provision will need wisdom. Fresh favor will need gratitude. And you are more ready for that than you think. The past season taught you the value of what is coming. The hard days taught you not to waste clear days. The empty places taught you how precious fullness really is. So when the next wave arrives, you will recognize it. You will not treat it like luck. You will know it carries purpose. You will walk carefully, thankfully, and boldly. You will stop speaking like someone who expects loss at every turn. You will begin speaking like someone who knows heaven has stepped into the story. That is part of the breakthrough too. Not only changed conditions but changed expectation. Not only new doors but new language rising from your spirit. There is wisdom being released with this breakthrough. Do not miss that. Sometimes people want the answer, but do not recognize that instruction is part of the gift, insight is part of the gift, timing is part of the gift, knowing what to say yes to, and what to walk away from, is part of the gift. As heaven opens the next chapter, you will notice sharper awareness. Certain distractions will no longer attract you. Certain habits will no longer feel comfortable. Certain doors that once looked exciting will suddenly feel empty. And certain simple opportunities will carry unusual weight and peace. That is not random. That is guidance. You are being led with more precision than before. And that matters because the next level of provision is connected to the next level of clarity. Keep reading. This may be the line your spirit needed. You do not have to force every outcome with your own hands. You do not have to panic your way into a promise. You do not have to wear yourself out trying to manufacture what only divine timing can release. There is a different rhythm opening over your life now. A calmer rhythm, a cleaner rhythm. A rhythm where doors open with confirmation instead of confusion. Where help shows up with peace instead of dread, where movement feels steady instead of frantic. This is what happens when favor begins to replace strain. Things start moving in a way that fits. And yes, effort still matters, obedience still matters, wisdom still matters, but fear no longer gets to lead. Pressure no longer gets to be your guide. Peace becomes the signal. Clarity becomes the signal. Quiet confidence becomes the signal. The breakthrough forming over your life is not meant to stop with you. It will touch your environment, your decisions, your relationships, your sense of purpose, and the way you show up in the world. When financial pressure eases, you think differently. When fear loosens, you hear more clearly. When provision arrives, you gain room to breathe, room to plan, room to help, room to build, room to become who you were meant to be without that constant weight of survival sitting on your chest. That is why this blessing is larger than one need. It is strategic. It is purposeful. It is creating space in your life for assignment, growth, generosity, and healthier choices. You have not just been asking for relief. Deep down, you have been asking for freedom to live with more strength and more peace. And heaven has heard that. Stay with me now. This next part is important. What is opening over your life will also expose old mindsets that cannot go with you. The voice that says you are not worthy, the fear that says good things never stay, the habit of expecting loss the moment peace appears. Those old patterns have to go. Reject them quickly. They do not fit your next season. You are not meant to apologize for receiving what God releases. You are not meant to shrink when favor finds you. You are not meant to live suspicious of every good thing. Receive with gratitude. Walk with wisdom. Stay humble, yes, but do not stay small. The same God who carried you in the valley knows how to establish you in the open place. Let your heart believe that. Now take a deeper breath and let this settle. You are no longer standing at the edge of something impossible. You are standing in the beginning of something prepared. The story is moving. The answer is moving. The provision is moving. The peace is moving. Even if you cannot point to every detail yet, the inner witness is growing stronger. You can feel it. The strain is not speaking as loudly. The fear is losing ground. A holy steadiness is rising where panic used to sit. That matters more than many people realize. Peace is not weakness. Peace is often proof that heaven has gone ahead of you. And when that peace comes, it is not asking you to become passive. It is inviting you to trust, to receive, to move in agreement with what God is doing. Stay until the end. Let every part of this message land. The chapter of constant striving is closing. The chapter of receiving with wisdom is opening. You do not have to beg heaven to remember you. You have been remembered all along. You do not have to force a door that God can open in a moment. You do not have to carry tomorrow like it depends only on your strength. Help is closer. Alignment is stronger. Favor is working in ways you cannot fully measure yet. And soon what you sensed in the spirit will begin to appear in the natural. You will see evidence. You will notice change. You will recognize that this was the turning point. The moment when your heart knew before your eyes could prove it, that something real had begun. So from this moment forward, walk differently. Walk slower if you need to, but walk with confidence. Walk without that old inner shaking. Walk like someone whose prayer has been heard. Walk like someone whose season is changing. Walk like someone who knows that peace, provision and purpose are no longer far away, but are already moving closer with every step. The path ahead does not need to look perfect for it to be blessed. The next move does not need to be loud for it to be powerful. What matters is that heaven has spoken peace over your life and release over your future. The old season taught you endurance. This new season will teach you trust at a deeper level. It will teach you how to receive without fear, how to recognize favor without shrinking, how to carry blessing without losing humility, and how to move with steadiness when doors begin to open faster than before. Stay grounded, stay thankful, stay awake, keep your spirit clear, watch for the signs of alignment, watch for unusual peace, watch for right doors, watch for fresh ideas, watch for provision that arrives with confirmation, and when it comes, do not call it luck, call it what it is, the faithfulness of God meeting you in real time. The weight is lifting, the way is opening, the answer is closer than it was yesterday. What belongs to you is being established. What was delayed is being released. What looked impossible is coming into reach. And as this message closes, let this truth remain. You are not abandoned, you are not behind, and you are not too late. You are stepping into a prepared moment, and what heaven has set in motion for your life will not return empty.